Gucci belt, Louis belt.
Denied investigators say they've
A large-scale
Value
smuggling bust that
faced
spends
total
200,000 pairs of
amounts
fake
to
shoes
500 billion.
is 1.7 trillion.
Hi, my name is Makasy, and today we're talking about the counterfeit industry in the fashion world. I really dislike when people view a complex topic as African American and Caucasian. There's just so many nuances in this conversation. A lot of people make grand statements without going into the specifics because they'll instantly gain instant approval from the mob. Anyway, we are mainly talking about the counterfeit for big fashion brands such as LV, Dior, Chanel, Nike, Adidas, Hermes, Gucci, Prada, Moncler, Michael Kors. Just kidding, Michael Kors is garbage. Yeah, watch this video to learn more. I'm not talking about small brands like Bodie, Rick Owens, Undercover, Comb, Raf Simons, all these small brands, no. So please keep that in mind. I Googled why counterfeit fashion is bad, and this article came up, and the authors pretty much sums up the majority of the talking points when the topic of fake is brought up. Let's look at some of Lauren Monson's concerns. Do claim number 3 first. So less money for school, hospital, parks, sex shops, and other social programs to help the community. Let's look at some of genuine companies and the executive for said company and their tax records. So that point is out. So let's see what's in it. Let's do the first one. So the IP dilemma, the ethical problems with the counterfeit industry. I mean, yeah, look at some of these numbers. I mean, due to counterfeiting, these big fashion companies, they're really close to bankruptcy. I mean, look at these numbers. Ugh, what can we do to help these poor fashion houses? Look at these broke designers, photographers, executives, CEO, COO, CMO. C-O-C-K, C-U-C-K. And by the way, if you got angry at this segment, can I interest you in a meme? Next up, I will eliminate the first and second point with this clip right here. Please enjoy, and enjoy the background. Alright, argument number 4, possibly the biggest out of the 4. So, you care about the supply chain of your products. Most of you watching this probably has an iPhone or using a MacBook right now. Let's check Apple's supply chains. Apple works closely with Foxconn. If you guys don't know what Foxconn is, I'll put it up on the screen right now. Anyway, if you go on Google and you search Foxconn suicide, this is what comes up. Okay, so that's what working in China is like. You might be saying, well, that's China, you know, it's a shit country. America's #1. Bald eagle, land of the free. Don't take my guns. Let's look at Amazon, the most American company there is out there right now. All right, so let's put the quote back up and we'll tack it one by one. So organized crimes. The official definition is criminal activities that are planned and controlled by powerful groups and carried out on a large scale. Now, that is a very specific definition, so I bet a lot of people wouldn't fit into this description. Let's look at the word letter by letter. CRIMINALPOLITICIANS. Anyway, let's keep going. Terrorist group. Bitch, America support terrorist groups all the time. Run the list and make sure the clown music is on. Alright, so next up, drug smugglers. Bitch, America support drug smugglers all the time. Have you seen the very realistic documentary called Sicario? Yeah, you should watch that. It's very realistic.
Medellin refers to a time when one group controlled every aspect of the drug trade, providing a measure of order that we could control.
Alright, sex trafficking. I am too lazy to look into this part of the argument. However, I can bet you $5 that some companies, or one of the companies from the genuine sides of fashion, definitely has some links to sex trafficking. I mean, look at the monarchy in England. They're supposed to be the best family in the world. And Prince Andrew over here is putting its penis everywhere he can. All right, street gang. I mean, I don't really need to do research into this. All right, child labor. the genuine side of fashion has a very, very rich history of employing children as well. This is not exclusive to the counterfeit industry. However, this topic is a bit too broad for this video, so I will make a separate video about it. But I will leave you with this right here. Here are a bunch of photos of children in Asia working day and night, every day in the busy street, in the dangerous streets of Asia, picking up cans, picking up plastic bottles in the hope to make enough money for a living. Actually, scratch that. In the hope to make enough money to buy food for the day and then to start it over again. So please forgive me if I think working in a factory is a lot better, is a lot more valuable than working in the streets. Many workers are coerced through a system of indentured servitude. This is a form of modern-day slavery.
Nike and H&M are among major clothing retailers facing a backlash in China after expressing concern about allegations that Uyghurs are being used as forced labour in the production of cotton.
More than 80,000 Uyghurs were transferred out of Xinjiang to work in factories across China. When the Washington Post visited the factory of one of Nike's suppliers, it found Uyghur workers live in dormitories under constant supervision, with one worker saying, "We can walk around, but we can't go back to Xinjiang."
For 2 years you didn't see your mom?
So, before you make a grand statement that it is unfair for these people to work in such awful conditions, do you have a better job for them? They are from countries that are highly corrupted and the unemployment rate is higher than Lana Rhoades' body count. If you cannot offer a solution, please don't talk about the problem. We're past the point of awareness now. Okay, next argument, the environmental impact. Here's a quote from an article by E! Magazine. Let's look at some fashion influencers or Instagrammers or TikTokers. Let's see how many of them still have their Vetements pieces. How many of them still have their Balenciaga Triple S's, the sock shoes, the logo hat. How many of them still wear their green neon that was really big in 2017 to 2019? The changing of the trend affects everyone. It's not exclusive to the counterfeit industry. Here's another quote. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know the spreading of chemical into the local water system or water pollution was exclusively done by the counterfeit industry. Let's see how clean the genuine side of fashion is. So, the next time you start saying the counterfeit industry does a lot of bad or evil shit, understand that the genuine side of the fashion industry have a PR team, a big one, and they are able to spin the news and carefully control the narrative. They know that everyone wants luxurious items to feel good about themselves, and almost everyone is willing to overlook all of the negative because they simply do not care enough about it or do not look deeply enough to learn about it. The news cycle is very fickle. Kim Kardashian will manufacture some drama and that news will trump your news because that's more exciting because she has a fat ass. My name is Makasy. I will see you next week. Bye-bye.